Do not neglect your nape. You want to nurture your nape. Nurture your nape. Hey guys, welcome back, welcome back. I want to say what's up to all my subbies. And I want to say what's up to all the newbies, maybe checking me out for the very first time. I really, really appreciate it. Come on in, come on in. We're going to chit chat just for a little itty teeny bitty bit, okay? Because winter is coming. Winter is coming. Really, fall is coming, or it's kind of already here because fall comes before winter, but winter is coming. So with that being the case, we have to prepare to be prepared for what is drawing nigh. Now you guys know what I'm talking about, okay? Because when fall and winter come along, we know that with the seasonal changes, there's going to be some changes in the atmosphere, okay? So we already know it gets a little drier in the fall, especially in the winter. And also it gets cooler and colder. And we don't have the same type of exposure to the sun, which is the vitamin D that we need to grow our hair, okay? So we don't have that same type of intense exposure to that vitamin D from the sun. And you know, with colder weather, we tend to wear warmer things, including sweaters. Sweaters like turtlenecks and woolen sweaters and woolen clothing. Now these things, the fabrics that we're wearing, the environment, the dryness in the air, this can really cause a lot of havoc to our hair, including the nape of our neck, or what it's lovingly known as the kitchen. Okay, so that's the back of the hair. Our nape, or our kitchen, is often neglected. Okay, and it really shouldn't be. It's more so, it's literally out of sight, therefore out of mind, and it shouldn't be. If we really want a healthy hair regimen, a healthy hair journey, then we have to include and recognize the nape of the neck and really pay more attention to it, okay? And when fall and winter come along, we really cannot afford to neglect it, okay? We really cannot afford that. So instead of neglecting it, we have to nurture it, okay? We have to nurture our nape. We have to pay attention to it and really make sure that it's on even footing with the rest of our hair. No sense in having healthy hair that everybody can see, and then underneath your neck is chaos and mass confusion, okay? So with that being said, that's easily rectified, right? Because we already have a regimen in place that's getting our hair together, the main crown. So we just apply that to the nape as well. So just to go over really quickly, some of the things that can cause the breakage. Again, we already spoke about the turtlenecks and the sweaters. These materials can ensnare the hair in the back, okay, causing it to break and snap off. A lot of cottons anyway, if you wear a lot of collars or whatever, they can absorb moisture in your hair, leaving it a little drier than what you would like it to be. And especially if you're already in a dry climate, or a dry season, such as winter, okay, and such as fall, but such as winter, it just sort of exacerbates that, okay? It exacerbates the dryness in your hair. But also ponytails. I know a lot of us like to tuck our hair away in the winter under protective styling. I would just say be careful with that, because obviously the tension in your ponytail, the circumference of the ponytail, the outer circumference of the ponytail, that's going to take the most tension. And that includes the nape of your neck. A lot of people wear low bun ponytails, okay? Just to make sure that there's not a whole lot of tension on the nape of the neck or that back part of your hair, which is really good. I wouldn't do anything really tight because again, once you put that ponytail holder on, especially in the middle, it can really cause a lot of tension on the back of your hair, okay? So we don't want that because that can cause breakage as well. And also just everyday self-care as far as, you know, when you take a shower and you're washing your body, including your neck, that soap is drying. Just imagine washing your hair with soap every day. Just imagine that. You wouldn't do that because you know that it's drying, okay? You know that it's damaging. It doesn't have those properties that really can enrich your strands and keep them healthy and alive. So with that being said, the nape of your neck is being exposed to these drying factors, including this soap. The soap can not only leave a residue, but it's very drying, okay? So we need to pay attention to that. And even when we wrap our hair up and put scarves on, we gotta make sure that we're tucking those ends in, not only the side edges, but we gotta make sure that we're tucking that nape and those little curly cues, okay, underneath a satin bonnet or a satin scarf, okay? Make sure that they're really protected at night. So when we sleep on our pillows and toss and turn, they're not exposed to that type of friction as well. So these are some of the factors we need to just be mindful of to make sure the nape of our neck is totally in line as far as its health with the rest of our hair, okay? So some of these things, again, we already have a regimen together, right? Most of us, we got the shampoos, conditioners, and the stylers and all of that. So with that being said, we need to pay extra care to the nape. So we need to make sure it's moisturized, okay? And we need to make sure after we take a shower, we dry it, you know, pat it dry, make sure that no soap is left in it. You know, sometimes that happens, you know, you're thinking you're rinsed off or whatever, and you still got soap either around your face or your neck, or that happens too. Make sure it's totally soap free, okay? And you want to moisturize, you want to counteract that dryness of the soap with moisture, okay? Whether it's a little bit of serum or you use a little bit of oil or whatever it is, and just brush it through, lightly brush it through or rub it through, whatever you want to do, just make sure it's getting that moisture so it's not breaking off with that. And also in that regard, you may even want to put a little bit of conditioner on it, just a little bit of conditioner, just to make sure, like a leave-in conditioner if it's still wet, and make sure to protect your neck. Wu-Tang! And I also want to say this, because I've gotten a comment or two about breakage in that area, okay? So you want to also keep that area trimmed, especially if it's already breaking or in a fragile state. Just like with the hair, the majority of hair on our head, that nape of the neck needs attention too, and it needs a clean slate. So I would trim that nape. If it's already short and it's already breaking, okay, we need to take care of that now, because winter is coming. Okay, so we know that we need to sort of start that process now before the weather exacerbates what's already going on, okay? So with that being said, I would take whatever's broken, stretch it out and get those ends. No matter how short, get those ends. Yes, I'm telling you to keep not only your hair trimmed as far as the ends, because that's going to help also with the weather, because you want to make sure that your hair is always in a healthy state. You don't always want to be in triage mode, okay? You don't want to see the stuff, then try and fix it. You want to be preventative. You want to do preventative medicine, not go to triage. So with that being said, you want to keep your ends trimmed and healthy. Don't wait until you see split ends to trim them, okay? Now, I'm not saying you have to trim them as often as I do, okay, which is every 4 weeks. I do a dusting at 4 weeks, and then I do a trim, okay, on the 8th week, because that's around the time that I relax. So with that being said, you have to pay attention to your hair and be in preventative mode, not triage mode. And that includes the nape of your neck. Now, if we're coming upon this now and the nape of the neck is already in dire straits, like I said, it's okay. We're going to get that moisture up, and we're going to make sure that the nape of the neck is trimmed. Now, I even went as far as when I first started to relax my own hair and I noticed breakage in the back, okay, because I wasn't paying attention to breakage in the back. I went as far as, because I got sick of it. You know, you get these little curlies and they roll. It doesn't match the rest of your hair. I shaved it off because I got sick of it. I'm not telling you guys to do that. But what I'm telling you is that just me shaving it just the corners. I didn't shave it all the way up. I didn't have an undercut or anything like that. I just did the corners, you know, where the tight curl, where it tightens up. Okay, if it's real short and damaged, it'll tighten up and it'll nap up. Okay, and just as a side note, here, nap and nappy is not a bad word. Okay, nappy means a dry, tight curl. Okay, in layman's terms. Okay, now I know people try and throw that around as a negative thing, but it's not. It's a dry curl. It's a dry, tight curl. Just like when your sweaters nap up, okay, especially your wool sweaters, and they get those little beads on them and they get the little tightness on it, the little balls on it. That's what that is. So when your hair is dry, okay, and it rolls up real tight, it's called a nap. So we're not getting into, again, over here, we don't get into negative talk or whatever. Black hair is beautiful. And nap is not a bad term. Nappy is not a bad term. We don't do that over here, okay? So we need to deprogram this whole thing about nappy and this and that, so forth and so on. Yes, people try and use that in a negative light, but it is what it is. It's a nap. It's a nap, a dry, tight curl, just like on a sweater. So with that being said, when it would nap up in the back because it was damaged, so it would curl up, my natural texture, it would just curl up and it was dry, I shaved it off. So with me shaving it off, again, I'm not telling anybody to do that, even though people have done that and gained success, because you're starting from a clean slate and now it's growing in, you're paying attention to it. I used to brush it a little bit, make sure that, you know, it would come in nice, and I paid attention to it, and I kept it trimmed, okay? And it grew in nice, and it was a nice length. So even with my hair now, as far as my nape, it's pretty, it's a nice length. It's a nice length. It's not the same length as the rest of my hair, but I'm okay because it's a nice length and I know that it's healthy. My nape is healthy. Okay, that's the nape right here. Pull on it so you can see. That's the nape. And the reason why it's at that length is because I trimmed it. I trimmed it with the rest of my hair. That's what I do. I pay attention to my nape because it is part of my hair. So you want to nurture your nape. So if you're starting out on where it's already breaking, I would say to, again, make sure it's moisturized, make sure you're paying attention to it, make sure it's getting the loving care as far as either brushing or combing it, depending on how you normally take care of your hair. Whatever's working for the crown, you got to put it and apply it to the nape, okay? So again, with all those things, and on top of that, I would keep it trimmed. Keep it trimmed. Just trim the ends, especially if it's already broken or whatever. Make sure it's even, trim those ends, and I promise you it's going to grow in. It's going to grow at least longer than what it is now. And then you have to keep it up. So, you know, with trimming, it's the consistency as well. Because, again, we don't want to wait until it's already split. Then we're doing triage. We want preventative. We're all about preventative maintenance here, okay? We don't want off days. We want to keep as many smooth and on days as possible. So now that we know what's on the horizon, okay? Because in a lot of areas, the weather's already changing. So now that we know what's already coming, we can prepare. And again, let's not neglect our necks, our nape, our kitchen, our backyard, whatever you want to call it. Let's not do it anymore. Let's not neglect it. So our edges, the nape, the crown, the ends, the shaft, the scalp, it's all connected. And it's all worthy of our love and attention, okay? And again, it's all a part of a healthy hair journey. So don't be caught unawares, because winter is coming. Okay, so that wasn't too bad, right? We were in and out, okay? I just wanted to come in here really quickly and touch on that. You know that the weather is changing, and with the change in the weather, we may have to up our game as far as our regimen. And with that, that's keeping the hair moisturized. And if you use protective styles, making sure that that includes the nape of the neck. You got to protect that neck. You got to protect your neck. Got to nurture the nape. It's all part of the whole hair experience, okay? So thank you so much for dialing in and showing up. I really, really appreciate it. And yeah, we'll be back talking about some more stuff because I got to check in as far as I think we're on our way to another link check, okay? Just making sure that everything's copacetic. So we'll be doing that pretty soon, okay? So you make sure you come on back because you already know. It's going to be the same Dolce dial. It's going to be the same Dolce channel. So you come on back.